thank you for this wonderful, wonderful talk. Our ideas are so similar. And I have often heard when I discuss these things at psychiatric meetings that psychiatrists say that what patients say make no sense and there's no point in even listening. And what we are trying to appeal to you is to try to listen beneath the words. That things have meaning in context. And you have to try to understand the context of the person's life and experiences. I've had the experience very often in self-help group meetings of people saying with amazement and relief that it's the first time they've ever been listened to. And how liberating an experience it is to be listened to and to be respected and not to have one's thoughts just dismissed or classified with a label that says that they're not important or they have no meaning. And people very often in our self-help group say, well, of course I couldn't say this to my psychiatrist or I couldn't say this to my therapist, but I feel safe to say it here.
I would like to add that for Mrs. Book, psychoanalysis plays a great role, especially Jung. I'd like to say from my point of view, psychoanalysis certainly has not succeeded in changing psychiatry into a situation that we would be looking for. So I much more would go for what you suggest in starting anew, really thinking about it, starting with the experience of the person in the situation, with your generosity and ability to discuss it, with our traditions, all sorts of psychoanalysis and others, to come to new understanding that might be different also for different contexts and people. Not everybody will be captured by a psychoanalytic interpretation.
I'm Iris Heuling, also co-chair of the World Network of Users and Survivors of Psychiatry. And I think what you just said relates to this question of choice, and I think what Judy said in her talk also, like we know best what our truths are, and each individual has to make their own interpretation and see what works for them, and I think it is very important to add survival controlled spaces to the offers, and we have experience in creating our own support structures, and like for instance I've been involved with the Berlin Runway House for a long time, and we have experienced that those kinds of offers that we make help and help people get better, and that there are other options.
And I might add, and I hope you agree, that you have also put out the terms and conditions and done some research on how we can be helpful. And there's obviously many ways in which.
And people need a range of choices. For some people it might be psychotherapy or psychoanalysis. For other people it might be self-help groups. For other people it's things that are outside the normal realm of what we think of as helpful interventions that are focused only on psychological processes. For some people it's been yoga, it's been meditation, it's been changes in diet, it's been religious or spiritual paths. There have to be a wide range of choices available to people to help them with their distress, because they're the ones who are experiencing the distress, and they're the ones who experience what helps and what doesn't. Was there a hand?
Es muss wirklich im Gespräch, das kann man hier in der großen Masse da nicht so viel, es muss von dem Psychiater noch ausgehen, dass sie mit uns ins Gespräch kommen wollen. Das fehlt ja im Grunde bisher.
It has to start with the psychiatrist actually wanting to enter a conversation with us.
Das wünsche ich mir.
That's what I wish.
Ein gleichberechtigtes Gespräch, wie wir es ja in unseren Psychose-Seminaren anstreben, wo die Profis und wir Betroffenen und die Angehörigen in ein Gespräch über unsere verschiedenen Erfahrungen kommen.
A conversation of equal opportunities, like the kind of conversations we were having in the psychosis seminars, where persons with experience, relatives, and psychiatrists and other professionals sit together and have equal opportunities to talk.
Ich habe manisch-depressive Krankheit seit 20 Jahren. Also jetzt geht es mir schon gut. Durch, wie heißen Sie da? Empowerment, ja? Empowerment in der Klinik und Arbeit in Gruppen, in ehemaligen Gruppen. Aber jetzt frage ich, wenn jemand in die Klinik kommt und da liegt ein Problem von früher zugrunde, irgendwas in der Kindheit oder nachher, wollen Sie das im Dialog aussprechen?
You need to translate for everyone, Peter.
Persönliche Probleme kann man ja dann nicht in den Dialog bringen, nicht in den Dialog.
I got it. The question was, if you have problems that date back to your childhood or to your early life or to your family life, would you also bring that out in a trialogue, in a psychosis seminar kind of environment? Sie wissen, ob Sie das befürworten.
Also bei uns haben auch Probleme in der Familie. Es sind eigentlich lauter Themen, die auch in unseren Psychose-Seminaren besprochen werden. Nicht ganz persönliche Probleme. Manche outen sich da auch sehr offen. Und das tut eigentlich allen gut, nicht, dass diese Probleme so offen angesprochen werden.
In fact, Mrs. Book says these kinds of problems are very often brought up in the psychosis seminar and trialogic setting. People out themselves. They come out of the closets about things that they have maybe never spoken about in other places. So yes, she would encourage people to speak about anything that's relevant.
And we do have to look at a shameful history within psychiatry of people trying to talk about childhood abuse and being disbelieved for many, many years.
With the strong wish of many of us to continue such discussions and with the hope of many opportunities that we will have in our lives and maybe even during today, I want to thank you very much and of course especially Dorothea Buck for her presence here at this Congress. Vielen Dank.